Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Lico McKinney, and this is a short story. As we all know, time can heal a lot of things, and it can also pass you by if you don't find yourself taking advantage of every second and every minute so you can build yourself up to accomplish your goals in life. But I know for some of us, it is situations and decisions that we make that feel like we'll never shake back from. But I promise, after the end of this video, you'll feel like you'll be able to shake back from anything. Josh Hamilton is the star of this video, and even though accidents and poor decisions almost derailed him from his dreams, you'll see that by the end of this video, he was able to continue and keep going and utilize his time to make his dreams a reality. And you're probably wondering, why am I outside right now? There we go. I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of different scenery there, but anyways, let's get to the video, y'all. Josh Hamilton was born May 21st, 1981 in Raleigh, North Carolina, and the prime of his career was played with the Texas Rangers. Hamilton always had great baseball talent and was considered a blue chip player coming out of high school, batting a .529. Now, I'm not a baseball guy, but I know anything over 300 is good. So, batting over 500, that's gotta be off the charts, man. Hamilton was actually gonna go off to college and play for NC State, but that didn't happen. So Hamilton would get drafted in the first round of the 1999 MLB draft by the Tampa Bay Blue Rays. The beginning of Hamilton's career, everything was playing out perfectly for him in his minor league stint, even being voted the minor league player of the year by USA Today the following year in 2000. At the beginning of his career, Hamilton's parents even quit their job and began following their son on the road. However, February 2001, a car accident would change Hamilton's whole career trajectory. Hamilton's mom would go back to North Carolina to be taken care of by Hamilton's pops, and Hamilton would stay to finish the season, fighting through his injuries, but his season was cut short in 2002. See, Hamilton was very family-oriented, which isn't a bad thing, but it's bad when you're out on your own for the first time without family, and all the temptations start to reveal themselves more and more in front of you. So one evening, Hamilton would find himself at a local tattoo parlor in Tampa Bay, spending more time than usual there, which isn't a bad thing. I don't want people to think I'm some stereotypical guy where I think tattoo artists and biker gangs are associated with something negative, because I don't. But I do believe if you hang around the wrong people for too long and you've been sheltered your whole life, your peer pressure skills may not be as well as other people who wasn't sheltered their whole life. So Hamilton gave in, and on the same night took his first drink of alcohol and did his first line of cocaine. In his book, he would claim the crew and the people he hung around with would introduce him to a lifestyle of clubbing, drugs, and alcohol. The upcoming season, during the spring training of 2003 season, Hamilton failed his first drug test ever. Hamilton would also begin showing up late to several practices and was assigned to the team's minor league camp. Hamilton eventually took the rest of the season off for personal reasons. Now I can only assume two things here. Hamilton was finding himself being torn between an addiction of drugs and his love for baseball, or he truly just needed time to himself and time to think about what was going on in his life. Hamilton was hoping to return to spring training camp with the Devil Rays in 2004. Although he was suspended 30 days and fined for violating the drug policy put in place by MLB, a month later, the MLB would come in and suspend him for the entire season after failing 2 drug tests. Which should also let you know Hamilton's drug addiction was beginning to spiral out of control. When the MLB has to step in and your own team can't even discipline you, something is going on. How can you just have the career in the palm of your hands and let it slip just like that? I know most people just like me are saying, man, that could never be me, but sadly, this can happen to anybody. If you watch my channel, you know I mainly cover NFL athletes. And in the NFL, they test for drugs once a year. So every player knows when that day is coming and they can prepare for it. So some people play it smart and some people think they can finesse the system. Unfortunately, Hamilton either thought he could finesse the system or just had such a strong hold on him that he just didn't care. With that suspension, Hamilton was out of baseball for almost 3 years and made several attempts at rehabilitation, starting off in 2005 with hopes of being a major league star in the outfield. However, Hamilton this time found himself in legal trouble when he was arrested before the season for smashing a windshield of a friend's truck. And I'm not sure why this happened, but it happened. And once again, it derailed this man's dreams of going pro. As you can see, Hamilton was going through a lot of shit from 2001 all the way till now. And again, I'm only going over a few things. It actually gets deeper, so do your own research there. But Hamilton's return to baseball was helped by a former minor league outfielder and manager, Roy Silver, who owned a baseball academy in Florida. Hamilton would eventually be drafted in the 2006 Rule 5 draft by the Chicago Cubs, who traded him immediately to the Reds, where he would make his MLB debut at the age of 26. And to make this moment even sweeter, Hamilton received a standing ovation that lasted 22 seconds. After the season was over, Hamilton would be traded to the Texas Rangers the following year in 2008. And this would be the team I can make a whole video about, because the Rangers is where he truly solidified himself as a great. Some highlights include his 2008 MLB home run derby, where Hamilton would find himself hitting 28 home runs, breaking the previous record of 24 held by Bobby Ebrew. Hamilton hit 35 total home runs that event, which was the most of that day, but ended up losing to Justin Marneau due to the scores being reset. And I do apologize if I'm mispronouncing any names here. That is definitely by accident. Y'all know them MLB players be having some tough names, man. But anyways, so after all the downturns Hamilton had been through, he was still able to have some of the highest highs a professional sports player can have, while also experiencing some of the lowest lows a person can have. Like in 2009 when he was out drunk in Arizona, taking derogative pictures with a lady that wasn't his wife. Or the tragic story of Shannon Stone, a 39-year-old firefighter who passed away in 2011 on July 7th during a home game at the Rangers ballpark while trying to catch a foul ball tossed into the stands by Josh Hamilton. And this actually marked the third time a fan had died inside Rangers ballpark, so RIP to Mr. Stone and everyone else who passed away in this manner. But to honor Mr. Stone, on September 30th, the son of the fallen firefighter threw out a ceremonial first pitch to Hamilton to start the American League Division Series. And of course that doesn't get your dad back, but I think that's a pretty good way to honor him, man. Hamilton was also able to take the Rangers to back-to-back MLB championships in 2010 and 2011. Unfortunately losing both times, but that definitely should mean more than anything after all that he had been through up until this point. But after the 2011 championship, I would say that's kind of where Hamilton's career would hit its peak. But along with being in 2 championships, Hamilton's short career consists of being a 5-time All-Star, winning 3 Silver Slugger Awards, and being named the American League MVP the first year he took the Rangers to the championship back in 2010. I can't find much on Hamilton as of today, but there was a poster where he made an appearance at the MLB All-Star Village Fan Festival in Arlington, Texas back in 2023. So that was a year ago as of today. I truly appreciated Josh Hamilton's story of trials and tribulation, and if you look deeper into this story I'm giving you, you'll find even more inspiration. If you read his book titled Beyond Belief, where he explains how he overcame drugs and alcohol addiction through his relationship with God, you'll learn even more about faith and hard work. I think this type of story can give almost anyone a boost of confidence and help them realize whatever they're going through, just keep at it, and I promise things will work themselves out. No matter what you may be suffering from, things will always get better if you stay consistent. But please, if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe. Until next time, my name is Liko McKinney, and this was a short story.